Hello and welcome to Friday. Now, it was either yesterday or maybe 2 days ago when Spotify and I guess by extension Apple Music and YouTube Music released their Wrapped, or for the other two, it would be their replays. And I figured I would talk about them for just a second because, um, you know, I because music is my thing. Uh, I left my phone across the room, so I can't reference my top 100 songs. But off the top of my head, I do know my top five artists of the year, and most of those can be attributed to specifically one album. So let's start with that. So in the number five spot is the artist that's been living here with this record since I got it. And since I heard it, it's been like life changing, and I love it so much. But this is the Linda Lindas with No Obligation. Again, it's a wonderful record. A side, probably the stronger side of the two, but um, All in My Head, Lose Yourself, Too Many Things, Once Upon a Time, Yo Me Estresso, which is a song featuring Weird Al, who is not credited as a feature here, but hopefully he is somewhere in this track listing. Oh, this is fun. The cover art is by one of the girls in the band. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, everything I learned about this band is just so cool. You know, um, you can see them here, but she's the eldest and she is 20. The youngest is maybe the girl in blue, I think, and she is 14 or something crazy, which is insane. They started this band when they were like when she was 10 or something like that, and then the eldest, in middle school or in high school. They're still high schoolers, and they have an amazing album, and it's so good. Go listen to it. It's very punk. A lot of these are very punk. In fact, the only one that's not punk would be Ginger Root's Shinban Gumi. Ginger Root, I only started listening to him back in September. If you remember back when I was at my grandmother's place dealing with the roofing stuff, I listened to this album pretty much nonstop, and it's very good. It's great, and I think because I listened to it religiously for those couple of days, it was like, hey, you want this to be your top five artists? So sure. Showtime, definitely my favorite. No Problems, incredible, better than Monday. Welcome, there was a time. Kaze, Giddy Up, Take Me, all of the reprise and Take Me Back is so good. But this is a very very neat album, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And definitely, I could see why it's a top five artist for me for this year. There's another artist. I ordered her records. Sydney Sprague. She had her Somebody in Hell Loves You Deluxe Edition came out the same day that this came out, as well as Dayglow's self-titled, which is on the other shelf. Both outstanding albums. I think I'm more fond of Sydney Sprague. I've been listening to that record a lot more recently, and Terrible Places on that one. Great honorable mention. Yeah, would be Sydney Sprague, and then thinking about it. What other honorable mentions do I have? If I look at my top 100, oh yes. Jeff Rosenstock, of course, is a notable artist there. Mannequin Pussy with I've Got Heaven. Near Starts Moving Without Me, which is Mia Baron, who is part of Pom Pom Squad. Illuminati Hotties Power. All three of those were in Rolling Stone's top 100 albums of 2024 as well. So, solid work there. But of course, coming in at number three would be one of my favorite bands, Pop. I think Morbid Stuff. It has a just I've listened to this record too much. I know the band inside and out, and you've heard me gush about them before plenty of times, so we can probably skip them. But just their entire discography is my jam. But well deserved in the number two spot. So back in March, I looked up this top punk albums of 2023, and one of the number one well, one of the top five I would see on every list would be Hot Mulligan's Why Would I Watch? And funny enough, this record took my top four spots for my 100 songs listened to. Um, Shouldn't Have a Leg Hole. This is just outstanding record. Very Midwest emo, but more on the punkier, poppier side, and very stupid titles. John the Rock Cena, Can You Smell What the Undertaker? Hilarious title. Smacked My Head Off. Gans Media Retro Games is my favorite track, and it's named after the video game store that the band would go to, that's next to the recording studio. So hilarious thing there. This song is called What It's Called. Christ Alive, My Toe, Damn It Hurts. It's so funny, some of these. And an outstanding record. I would say this might be one of my albums of the year. No. Linda Linda's is definitely my album of 2024, but for 2023, I think that might be my favorite album. However, coming in at number one would be another album that came out in 2023, and I love this band. If I think I mentioned it before, but I discovered them back in April, because I was watching somebody stream just some games on Twitch, and they had like a little music video player on screen as well. And when this music video came on for the second track, I was blown away, and I loved it so much. And then a couple days later, I think I saw it in my Spotify recommendations, and I was like, sure, let me give it a listen. And then a couple days later, the discography was at my doorstep. And then a couple months later, as in a couple weeks ago, as of time of recording, I saw the band live, and that would be Just Friends. I adore Just Friends in their discography. Gusher, was the record that exposed me to them. I think Hella might be their strongest cohesive work, but Gusher's got some absolute bangers. I pretty much every song on this record is a banger. Zaza in the Sun, Life I'm Living In, Brain Hurt Bad, Better to Be Around, Love Bug, Fifth Dimension was stuck in my head today, Circle Pit of Love, Clown on You is how they closed the live show. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Cream and Sugar, also very good. 1-800 Sexy is okay. Jump, and it's the album doesn't close too well, but it's a wonderful, wonderful record. Like I said, Hella might be their strongest cohesive piece, but this has stronger singles. Nothing But Love I've played on repeat a bunch of times, and of course, Rocks of the Rhythm, unfortunately, I don't own. I might pick it up at some point and just to have it, because I own the rest of the discography, but that one is a wonderful, wonderful record as well. I've fallen in love with that band, and they definitely deserve to be in my number one spot. I'm kind of surprised that Hot Mulligan was in my top 4 songs. Zaza in the Sun was my number 5 for my top 100 songs, but it Just Friends definitely deserves to be number 1. I was kind of upset with Why Would I Watch for the couple months that I listened to it, because it's very, very good. The other album that I listened to alongside Why Would I Watch would be Home Is Where's the Wailer, which is a very experimental, depressing, punk, angsty record that deals with a lot of heavy stuff. And to be fair, Morbid Stuff and Hot Mulligan, Why Would I Watch, both deal with heavy stuff. Pop is a very heavy. Just Friends is a very sexy band, I would say. I've described it to friends as punk but sexy, and it is, because it's they have some very they have I think Love Bug is just partly in Spanish, which is just it gets me. There was a song I was listening to I think maybe, I don't know. There are some very wonderful, wonderful tracks on this record, and definitely I would say one of my favorite albums of the year, and that led to them being in my top 5. Incredible showing. Hopefully I'll get some new faces on there next year, but I'm fine with my top 3 being the same. But who knows? Linda Linda's came in, like, that album dropped in October, and that quickly became one of my albums of the year. So who could say? Same could be said for Mira Starts Moving Without Me, which is, again, Pom Pom Squad, that came out back in October. Same could be said for Shin Bangumi, which came out in September, along the lines of Sydney Sprague's Somebody Else Loves You Deluxe. Again, came out in September, same day, and that I've been listening to quite a bit. It's nice to see that, this album came out during this month. Mannequin Pussy's I've Got Heaven came out March, sometime around there, and it was very good when I listened to that. Lolo's Falling for Robots and Wishing I Was One. Fine record there that came out this year too, and I'm just trying to remember what other records have kind of occupied this spot. I've always had, this little alcove here for whatever record that I've just recently gotten that's been kind of on my mind, and I'm trying to remember what's lived here for a substantial amount of time. Illuminati Heidi's Power, of course, lived there. This always lives there because it's a 7, and it's gotta be there. But there are some other records that just live here permanently, and it's so nice to just have them physically, so that I can show them off like that. Like I said, Sydney Sprague should be arriving tomorrow, if not sometime next week, and Porter Robinson's Smile should be here in a couple days as well. I've got some shipping notifications for some other stuff, but yeah, these are all incredible records. Go give them a listen if you haven't. Linda Linda's, especially if you have not heard of the band. Don't be turned off for the first track or the last couple of tracks. The middle portion of the record, absolutely banger after banger, and everything I've learned about the band is so cool. I'm glad I saw Just Friends live. I saw Just Friends, Pup, Jeff Rosenstock, Prince Daddy and the Hyena, Microwave, and Ben Quad this year. So that was super cool. I might go see Linda Linda's. Sweet Pill and Where the Heart Is took a substantial portion of my listening, and I've had Dog Songs stuck in my head quite a bit. They were here, actually. They played live at the same venue as the Microwave show this week, I think the 3rd. So I didn't go see them live, but that's fine. I might need to see Hot Mulligan at some point, and yeah, it's cool that I saw a bunch of these artists live. Ginger Root, maybe. I think I'm gonna go see Mia Barrett. I keep saying her name instead of Pom Pom Squad. Pom Pom Squad is band. I might see them live at some point. I think they're coming here in March or something along that. They end the tour off here in New York, and she's a New York native, so it's gonna be cool to see. Number 100 in the Rolling Stone top 100 albums of 2024. There's a bunch of artists that I really would like to look into, but these are the big ones that I've heard this year, and glad to have shared my Spotify Wrapped. Yeah, so that's the basic gist of my Spotify Wrapped 2024, and I'll be sure to keep on listening to all of these bands. Maybe not Ginger Root too much, but the rest are constantly in my weekly rotation. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't listen to Just Friends, or not a week that it goes by that I don't think about Pup or Hot Mulligan, because those are outstanding bands, and Just Friends definitely deserves to be my number 1, because oh boy, that is a great band. With that said, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. Been rambling on too long, and tomorrow's gonna be fun. I'll be sure to record a tiny bit if I can. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.